Hello, Clara. I have to talk to you.
Hello, Mom. Can I help you with something?
I heard from my son that Alyssa wants to go to a private high school. Is this true?
Yes, that's right. The high schools around here don't teach the subject that Alyssa is interested in, so...
A private high school, huh? You do realize that it costs a fortune.
Oh, no need to worry about that. I talked to your son about it, and we came to the conclusion that the overall cost wouldn't be that great.
It's not about that.
Huh?
If you had the money to send Alyssa to an expensive private school, it would be more logical to have Kevin go to that private junior high school.
Excuse me? We've already decided that Kevin will be attending the local public school.
You must not do that. As the male in the family, he should be getting the best education you can provide him.
Well, actually, Kevin wanted it this way. He made the final decision.
No. Kevin is just being nice. He's just letting his big sister have her way.
Kevin is a confident kid. He is honest about his feelings.
No, you got it all wrong. I'm sure Kevin wants to go to a good private school. I can't believe you. You're his mother, for God's sake. It's a mother's job to understand and consider a child's future. Don't even know that? Besides, when Kevin was in elementary school, I urged you to let Kevin take the exam for entering that private school. But you simply ignored my advice and had him attend the local public school. But this time, I'm not going to back down. You must let him go to the private junior high school. I will not take no for an answer.
He said he doesn't want to part with his best friends he's had since elementary school and wants to continue with them to junior high.
Best friends? He doesn't need that. This is a time to study, not play.
He doesn't need friends?
Oh, that reminds me. I have a close relative whose son would be perfect for Kevin. He's getting ready to take the exam to get into the school so he could be Kevin's new best friend.
Say again?
Okay, so now we have a reason for Kevin to take the exam and get into the same private school.
Are you off your rocker? You can't just make best friends like that. It takes time and effort. You can't just come in and introduce yourself and then the next minute you're best buddies. It's more complicated than that.
I will not tolerate any more of your stubbornness. I want you to select a public school for Alyssa that's close by, so she can go there by bicycle. That's all I have to say. Alyssa, I need to talk to you.
Grandma?
I really don't want to waste my time on such trivial affairs, but you don't seem to understand your standing in the family, so I took the liberty of contacting you and telling you myself.
What's this about?
I talked to your mother earlier, and we decided that you'll be going to a public school nearby, a school you can commute to by bicycle. It's all set.
Huh? Hold on a second. The whole family sat down and we talked this over. It was decided that I would be going to that private school. I thought it was all worked out.
A woman does not need education, but of course you should at least finish high school. Public school is more than enough for you. If your parents are going to spend that money, they should at least have Kevin go to a private school. That's the proper use of money. Besides, don't you think you should be the one who should have said something? You should have just declined.
How could you say that? There are things I want to do in life too.
Talking back to your elder? I wonder where you got that stubbornness. At any rate, I talked to your mother about it, and it's all been worked out. I will not allow any more of your obstinance. Do you hear me?
Hey, Mom, you got a minute?
Hey, Alyssa. You're over at your friend's place, aren't you?
Yeah, we're going over the exam questions for school. I was going to wait until I got home, but I just couldn't get it out of my mind.
Something wrong?
I just got a line message from Grandma.
Huh? Grandma?
I never hear from her, so I was a bit shocked when I saw her name. She said you and her talked it over and decided that I would not be going to that private school. She said you guys worked everything out.
What?
And that the money would be better spent on Kevin's education. Told me not to be stubborn about it. Is this for real?
No way. We never decided on that. As a matter of fact, I just had an argument with her earlier. I can't believe she contacted you directly and said that.
So that means I can go on studying for the exam, right? Of course! As a matter of fact, Kevin is sitting right next to me. He said you don't have to listen to what Grandma says. He made the choice to go to public school. Oh boy, what a relief! I can't believe that woman. She's always just concerned about Kevin. This is the first time she even acknowledged you, Alyssa. Yeah, Grandma's always been like that. I know. What are we going to do with her? Your father keeps cautioning her about her antics, but I guess it's complicated. Grandma does seem to get a bit excessive sometimes. But don't forget, Kevin, me, and your dad, we're all rooting for you. We've got your back, so don't worry. Thanks so much, Mom. I know I could count on you. Don't you worry about the exam. I'll ace it. That's what I want to hear.
Clara, are you there? This time, I want you to send Kevin to a private high school.
Can I help you? Kevin is all set on going to a public high school.
What? You didn't even consult me!
Honestly, wouldn't make any difference if we consulted with you.
There you go again. Listen carefully, Clara. I've been telling you for years that you should give Kevin the best possible education, but you simply ignore me. You have no consideration for Kevin's feelings or his dreams, making him go to public school all these years. Don't you feel sorry for your only son?
It's what Kevin wants. I can't say anything.
That's not true. I think I mentioned this before, but it's wrong to put all your effort into educating Alyssa and ignoring your son.
I have never pitted my kids against each other. They are equal in my eyes. Kevin went to public school because he had his reasons. Alyssa chose to go to private school because we thought it best for her future.
It means nothing if a woman flaunts her educational background. But it seems Alyssa ended up going to a nearby public school, commuting by bicycle, just as I said. I hope you're not thinking of sending Alyssa to college, are you?
Oh, she's definitely going to college.
What?
She's moving out next year and will be living in the dorm of the state college.
That means you're going to have to send her money every month. There's no way I'll permit that. No way. I don't care if it's private or public. If you're going to spend money, spend it on Kevin, why don't you? This time I insist. He must attend a well-known private school.
I already told you. Kevin is going to a nearby public high school.
Again, you're being stubborn as ever.
That's what the kids want. They can do as they please.
As I've always said, education is best for men, not for women. A mother's duty is to look after her son, Kevin, not Alyssa. As a mother, you should know that. And I urge you to educate your kids about that too. It's important to know that men have priority over women. Boys must be raised with care. Girls must learn to be patient.
I despise self-righteous old women.
Huh? What did you say, Clara?
It's me, Kevin.
Kevin?
Sorry to butt in.
No, this is not Kevin. He would never say such a thing to me. Oh, I see what's going on. It's you, isn't it, Alyssa? You're pretending to be Kevin.
You can be absolutely sure it's Kevin. You should be grateful I didn't call you a wrinkled old witch or a bad-tempered old hag.
You're calling me that right now! Alyssa, I will never forgive you for this. That's why I dislike female grandchildren. But what's more, your mother's upbringing methods are despicable. I've always thought this, but I should be the one to bring up poor Kevin. Let's have a meeting tonight regarding what we should do for Kevin's future.
All right then. I'll contact you on my line.
Huh?
I really don't want to see you face to face.
Alyssa, as I said, stop pretending to be Kevin.
Where were we?
Kevin, I feel so sorry for you, to have such an unreasonable mother and sister. If you come over and live with me, you'll be able to go to a prestigious private high school. What do you say?
I never said I wanted to go to a private school.
Now, Kevin, you can be completely honest with me. No need to be concerned about your mom or your sister. Tell me how you really feel.
Even if I tell you, you probably won't listen as usual, but I'll try. Did you know that Alyssa has been going to that private school by bicycle? You thought she was going to public school. Well, she's going to Middleton Academy. That private school is only a few blocks away. Bet you didn't know she's at the top of her class. On the honors list, as a matter of fact.
Does that mean I've been hoodwinked all these years?
Hoodwinked? No way. You were never interested in what Alyssa did anyways. Don't blame your twisted imagination on others. And the reason I stayed in public school is that I not only wanted to go to school with all my close buddies, but I wanted to join the baseball team with my best friend.
Baseball team?
Yeah, and it's a pretty good team, too. Oh my god. Don't tell me you didn't even know I played baseball!
I had no idea.
I'm the captain of the team, and we even made it to the state finals last year. The high school I want to go to is well known for its outstanding baseball team. They made it to the state finals several times, even been on national TV. What's more, a couple of pro MLB players went there. That's why I want to go there. Private or public, it makes no difference to me.
I really didn't realize how wonderful you were. But you do realize that baseball is not going to be of much use to you in the future. So I insist that you go to a prestigious private school.
Huh? Not much use?
That's right. Baseball is just an extension of a hobby. You really should think seriously about sprucing up your academic achievements.
I see. So that's what you think about all this.
Of course, you're my precious grandson. I'll do anything for you.
I wanted to be a pro ball player. I want to get into the major leagues.
Huh?
I'm going to be straight with you. I was never fond of you. But after you called my love of baseball just a hobby, I despise you even more! I can't stand this. Block time!
Please, Kevin!
Well, my grandmother learned the hard way that her grandson hated her, but she did not give up there. She burst into her home trying to make amends. Luckily, we weren't there. We had moved into a temporary apartment that we had leased several months prior. My husband had foreseen what her mother would do once she learned that Kevin had been accepted to that high school. And there was that issue with Alyssa too, so we figured we would clear everything up once and for all. He put in for a transfer some time back and scheduled it so that we could move about the time Kevin started at the school. In addition, my grandfather, who's on the verge of retirement, had been preparing to get a divorce. Not even knowing she'll be single soon, my grandmother is still wondering what went wrong and why all this is happening to her.
Hey, Charlie. What in the world are these cardboard boxes? The moving company came on short notice and left them here.
Oh, they arrived already? That's my sister Ruby and her family stuff, so don't open it without permission.
What do you mean? Why would Ruby and her family's belongings arrive at our house?
That's because we're supposed to give that house to Ruby and her family soon. So, you'd better pack up your own stuff quickly. And make sure you get out of the house before Ruby and her family move in.
Huh? What the heck? Giving away the house? And you want me to pack up my stuff and leave? Why are you saying this all of a sudden? This is the new house I finally bought, remember?
Yes, but I've decided to give it to my sister and her husband. I told you Ruby got pregnant the other day, right? I heard that our city is offering great benefits to families raising children, so they want to live in our neighborhood.
Then why don't they just rent a house and move in on their own? Why would they want to live in our new house?
It seems that all the apartments and condos are fully occupied. A lot of young couples like them have moved in recently. There are no more rooms available in the location they want. So they tearfully begged me to let them stay at our place. How can I refuse as a brother when my little sister is in trouble?
Why would you say yes? I just bought a new house and you're just going to give it away? Are you out of your mind?
We don't have kids, so I thought it'd be okay. Besides, right after we bought the house, I was assigned to a workplace far from home, and I have to live alone. You'd be lonely living in this big house all by yourself, right?
No, I won't be lonely at all. I've been looking forward to living in this house for a long time. And then, all of a sudden, you tell me to move out and give the house to my sister-in-law and her husband? That's bullshit. Then where the hell am I supposed to live?
It's obvious, isn't it? You should come to my place of assignment.
What?
The company will pay for the apartment at my new post, so it's rent-free. And it's quite spacious, so there's no problem for a couple to live here. So let my sisters have the new place and you come here soon.
I've already told you that I can't follow you to the new place, right? If I were to follow you to your new post, I'd have to resign from my current company. But I don't want to throw away the career I've built up over the years. That's why I took the plunge and bought a house.
What's with all the career you've built up? You make less money than I do, and you don't even hold a position. There are plenty of people who could take your place at the company anyway. But you're the only one who can be my wife. That means your priority should be me, your husband. Don't you understand that yet?
Huh?
The people at my new post feel sorry for me. They said, since you don't have kids, she should have come with you. They laughed at me saying, what a cold wife you must be. You made me miserable the first day I started working here.
It's not my fault. It's their fault. It's completely inappropriate for anyone to meddle in people's personal lives.
Shut up. Just get your ass over here ASAP. We've already decided on giving the house to my sister and her husband. Above all, there is no way you're going to let your husband live alone at his new post. I'm pissed off that you get to live in a big house all by yourself.
So that's your main reason after all. You don't like the fact that your wife bought a new house when you're moving out for your job.
My sisters can live in the city of their choice, and you can come stay with me at my new place. It's like killing two birds with one stone. Well then, you better pack your bags and get ready to come over here.
I'm sorry, Ruby. I just bought this new house and I can't give it away to you guys. I'm sorry, but if you want to live in this town, you'll have to manage on your own. Huh? What are you saying now? We've already sent our belongings to move in there, you know. I'm planning to head there with my husband by the end of the week. I just heard about it a few minutes ago. All of a sudden, Charlie's telling me to give up the house and move out. It's beyond my capacity. What? Just a few minutes ago? Asking to move into a new house your brother and his wife just bought is a little impudent. I sympathize with you that it's hard to find a room, but moving into your brother and his wife's house? I don't know how you came up with that idea. Huh? Why do we have to be called impudent? You're the one who asked us to move in. How can you suddenly act like a victim and refuse us to move in? What? My husband and I both refused at first. It was a new house after all, and we felt bad. But my brother and you insisted on it, didn't you? Since you're leaving for a sudden assignment, you guys asked us to move in and manage the house. You're going to accompany my brother, right, Jane? That's why we were in such a rush to get things ready. But now you're refusing? What is this? Wait a minute. I'm not accompanying him, and I didn't even ask you to move in the first place. Huh? Let me get this straight once and for all. Ruby, did Charlie ask you to move in? Yes, he did. He asked me to move into a new house you just bought. I would never ask such a thing. That's funny. I heard that you asked Charlie to let you move in. What? He said you wanted to move to this town, but you couldn't find a suitable room. So, without consulting me, Charlie gave his permission. And I just heard about it a few minutes ago. Is that true? I'm starting to understand what's going on. I'm sorry to contact you like this, but I'll go confirm this with Charlie.
Hey, Jane. Have you told your company that you're resigning? If you told them you were going to follow your husband's transfer, they would have accepted your resignation letter right away. I have no intention of leaving the company, and I'm not going to follow you on your transfer either. So, I know you'll miss me, but you'll have to work hard on your own. Huh? Don't tell me you're going to stay at that home. I'm sorry, but we've already decided to give the new house to my sister and her husband. So you stop being selfish and get over here. It's common sense for a wife to follow her husband on his job transfer.
You're the one being selfish. Ruby told me what you said. Who in the world told me that Ruby and her husband came begging for help? You're the one who asked them to manage the vacant house, telling them I'd be accompanying you.
Oh, no,
That was your plan all along, wasn't it? To force me to go there. That's why you used Ruby and her family, right?
Shut up. It's your fault for not following me obediently.
Huh? Why are you snapping back at me?
I asked you several times to follow me to my new workplace, but you said you enjoy your job and that your career is important. It's your fault for making me, your husband, feel lonely.
Don't be ridiculous. If you don't want to be transferred so badly, why don't you just say so to the company?
How can I do that? What if my career gets damaged by saying something selfish like that?
You don't care a bit about my career, but your career is so important. Do you have any idea how terrible you sound?
Shut up, you fucking wife. A wife is supposed to put her family and her husband before her job. I don't care how much you complain. I'm giving this house to my sister and her husband. If you're a wife, you'll put up with whatever the husband decides.
I just filed the divorce papers.
Huh?
I can't do it anymore. I've reached my limit. I can't believe you are so domineering and incapable of considering other people's feelings. Well then, now that the divorce is final, we're done. Thank you for everything you've done for me.
Hey! What are you suddenly saying? That you've submitted the divorce papers?
You didn't even bother to consult me. And just like that, you gave up our new house to Ruby and her family. Then, it's okay for me to file for divorce without consulting you, isn't it?
Of course not. I may have forced you to give up the house, but how short-tempered and stupid are you to get a divorce over it? Do you think that kind of selfishness is allowed?
If your selfishness is allowed, then mine is allowed too, right? What's wrong with filing for divorce?
That's a load of crap. Besides, you can't file for divorce without permission. You're such a short-tempered idiot, not knowing what you're talking about. It's a crime to do it without your partner's permission. Divorce papers are not accepted without the signature of your spouse.
I'm sorry, but I know that much. That's why I made sure to get the divorce papers signed by you.
What?
So it was accepted right away. We're no longer husband and wife, but complete strangers.
What do you mean? My signature? I don't remember signing anything like that. Don't tell me you somehow hypnotized me into writing it.
Jane would never do such a thing. The signature in your handwriting is the one you showed my husband a while ago. I just gave it to Jane.
Huh? Is that you, Ruby?
I'm with Jane right now. We filed for divorce together.
Huh? If you're together, why aren't you stopping the divorce?
There's no need to stop her. I wish my fucking big brother gets divorced as soon as possible.
Huh?
You went out for dinner with my husband last month, didn't you? You took him out to celebrate my pregnancy. You said he couldn't go out to drink after the baby was born, so you two went out together.
So what? What's wrong with having a drink with my brother-in-law?
I don't blame you for that. My husband said he had a good time. But I heard that you gave him a big lecture at that time, telling him that he should have dignity and that he should learn from you, his brother-in-law.
Well,
I heard that your house has a signed divorce paper ready, and you always show it to Jane, strictly lecturing your wife, telling her that you can divorce her anytime you want. I heard from my husband how you bragged about what a dominant husband you are.
I told him it's a man's secret. Did he tell you everything I said?
You left the divorce papers at the pub, you know. My husband kept it, but soon after that, you got transferred. He didn't know when to give it back, so he came to me for advice. Well, it's strange for him to have your divorce papers, don't you think? Oh, I don't mind it in the least. As a brother-in-law, you wanted to show how cool you are as a husband, right? Even by lying, you wanted to act like a dominant husband. It's okay. I know.
No, it's just...
The divorce papers you went to all the trouble of preparing in a stylish manner, but forgot at the pub. I gave it to Jane. Jane seemed really happy about it.
No way! That can't be!
I was watching beside her, and you were calling Jane a fucking wife. You must be happy to be rid of your wife. Jane wanted to get divorced as soon as possible, so now you killed two birds with one stone. You guys had common interests, it seems.
Ruby, do you realize what you've done? Because of you, we're getting divorced.
Oh, did I do something wrong? In fact, do you have any idea how I feel about this whole thing? My feelings were taken advantage of by my brother for his selfish goal to get his wife out of the new house.
Oh, no, I mean...
I'm annoyed at all the trouble this has caused me. In fact, I'm rather pissed off. Because of you, Jane and I were in the red. But for this once, I'll make an exception and forgive you. You sacrificed yourself to teach us a lesson. If you try to overpower your spouse for no reason, it'll lead to a divorce. We'll do our best not to be like you. Even after we have children, we will help each other as a family. With that being said, good luck with your new job. We'll take care of this house as we promised.
What? You're going to live there even after all this?
Of course. Because you asked me to take care of the vacant house. Of course, the rent will be zero as promised, right? Thanks for paying the mortgage instead of us.
Hey, Jane, it seems you really filed for divorce, huh? I contacted the city office and they said it's really been accepted.
That's what I told you. Once again, thank you for everything.
How could you do this to me? The city office said you can't withdraw it anymore.
I have no intention of withdrawing it.
Huh? You're not withdrawing? Don't tell me you're really going to divorce me like this. We just bought a new house, and you're divorcing me? Are you an idiot?
You gave that new house we just bought to your sister, and now what are you saying? I've already left the house with my belongings. I don't know what happens next, so you take care of everything to come.
It's the house you bought.
Of course I won't. That house is under your name. When buying it, you insisted that it be under your name only. I was to pay more than half of the mortgage, and I took care of all the complicated formalities and management. But in the end, the mortgage and the title were all in your name. Now that we're divorced, I have nothing to do with it. I don't even owe you anything.
Oh no!
Good luck paying the mortgage for your beloved sister and her husband.
I can't pay it all. You know that, don't you? I took out a mortgage on that house at the very limit. I thought I could handle it because you and I were both working. But now that we're divorced, it's impossible for me to make payments on my own.
Even if it's impossible, you have to pay it. That's what a mortgage is for.
Please, Jane. Can't you start over with me? I'm sorry for being so selfish and giving up the house to my sister and her husband. I'm sorry for trying to force you to quit your job too. I just missed being away from home.
You think that's a good excuse? Because you missed your home? You're a grown man, not a child. I don't even love you anymore. I will never get back together with you.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. I heard your package was sent to your current address, but I wonder if you got it.
My package? Wait, the intercom just rang. What the hell is this? The movers just showed up at my house out of the blue. They're bringing tons of cardboard boxes.
They've already arrived. Packages from your parents' house.
From my parents' house?
Apparently, Ruby already reported our divorce to your parents. It seems like your parents are upset to hear the news. They're also shocked at the reason for our divorce. They say they don't even want to see your face anymore. They sent your stuff to say you shouldn't come home because they're ashamed of you.
No way! Wait a minute. What kind of amount did they send? It won't fit in the new apartment.
Relax, it'll be fine. You said there would be enough room for a couple.
No. I'm serious. Textbooks for middle school? Bags for club activities? They sent me everything that was left at my parents' house.
Well then, good luck with your unpacking. I just moved into a new house, so things are a bit hectic for me too. Well then, good luck with your new job. Charlie rushed to rent a warehouse in the neighborhood and put all his stuff there. So now he has to pay for the rental warehouse and the mortgage for the new house Ruby and her family are living in. More than half of his salary disappears for that. Of course, his parents and Ruby's family are ignoring all of his calls, and no one is helping him out. By the way, Ruby and her family are at Charlie's new house, where they are living happily together. Ruby cheerfully said, "During this time, we've been saving up money to build a house around the time my brother comes back. While actually living in a house, it's easier to plan out the layout and the placement of electrical outlets.